America is the land of bright lights and broken dreams, a place that delights and inspires a hunger for fame. It's also a place that some people find hard to leave, even after death. My name's Gail Porter and I'm a skeptic.
My name is Chris Fleming and I am a sensitive.
It's my mission to investigate alleged sightings and hauntings of Hollywood ghosts.
A sensitive can detect paranormal events beyond the range of the 5 senses.
I wouldn't say I'm a non-believer, but I'm definitely a skeptic. Together, our mission is to investigate the dead famous. Our hunt for the ghost of John Wayne would lead us on a terrifying trip into the paranormal. From the sweltering heat of the Arizona desert...
Somebody here! There's somebody here!
...to the most haunted location in Tombstone. Before ending at the Wild Goose.
Getting chills behind me now. Is this John Wayne that is on this boat?
Would we find the spirit of John Wayne?
Somebody touched back! Somebody touched my fucking back!
Oh, that's the sign that you were looking for, and that's what they gave you.
In 1979, the movie industry mourned the loss of one of the true giants of cinema. John Wayne was a towering presence in more ways than one. At 6 feet 4 inches tall, Wayne was the quintessential American hero, making the Wild West a safer place to be.
Nicknamed the Duke, John Wayne's career spanned over 50 years. He made his last public appearance at the Oscars in April of 1979. By June of that year, he was dead. Yet such was his charisma in life that rumors persist his spirit still lives on after death.
We're going to investigate the alleged sightings of his ghost, from the calm waters of Newport Beach to the dusty landscapes of the world's most famous cowboy town. If John Wayne's spirit is still around, we aim to find the proof.
But first, we needed a clue as to where to start our investigation. Chris went to meet stuntman and personal friend to John Wayne, Royden Clark. I had tracked down Kim Darby, who starred with John in the film True Grit.
I met John Wayne the first day of shooting on the set. We did not have a rehearsal. I think I was so involved in what I had to do. He wasn't what I now know, this huge icon.
Royden, how did you first meet John Wayne?
Well, the first time I was an extra, believe it or not. I saw this legend, and I thought how lucky I might be later on to maybe work with him as a stuntman. I worked in about 10 John Wayne films in my lifetime, and got to play cards with John Wayne, which, along with other stuntmen, it was kind of fun. He used to like to play pitch. And I think I look back at it now and think how special it really was to have him been a part of my life.
What was his personality like?
Anything he did out of kindness and vulnerability. I could see that he'd lived a life.
Well, when you look at him structurally wise, think about it. Here's a man that's probably close to 6'5", maybe 6'6", as the case may be. Tall, slender. You put him in a pair of Levi's and a cowboy hat on, and I got to tell you something. When he walks on the set, you notice him.
If you could speak to John Wayne today, what would you say?
Probably say thank you. Thank you for the memories. Thank you for letting me be part of your life and not realizing until it was over at this part of our life now of how special that time was.
Hey. Royden suggested that a good place to start our search for his ghost was Tombstone. This was where Wayne himself had made movies and where he'd stayed on a number of occasions.
John Wayne had a fascination for Tombstone because he and Tombstone were synonymous. They were big wheels in the West.
It is also reported to be incredibly haunted.
Tombstone has unusual paranormal activity because there's so many people died violently here.
But would it be the location where we would find John Wayne's ghost?
Now, we've got an enormous amount of stuff to fit in over the weekend, so I thought what the best thing to do is split everything over the 2 days and visit the most famous places in daylight and then return to them in the night time.
Okay.
And I think the best place for us to start would be here.
The Beaufort Bed and Breakfast was built in 1880 and is named after George Beaufort, a prominent mine owner. The house has been home to 2 sheriffs, a mayor, a state senator, and the Duke himself. The owners now are the Allens, and they tell of hauntings that extend as far back as the opening of the home in the late 1880s. Could one of these ghosts be John Wayne?
What's John Wayne's association with this place?
In the 30s and 40s, a gentleman named Mr. Brownsy owned the house, and he was Mr. Tombstone. He was the mayor, the fire chief, the sheriff, and he would carry John Wayne around to the different bars in town and make sure that he got home safely. Part of getting home safely would mean possibly drinking beers on the front porch.
The whole house is reported to be haunted, but in particular, the guest bedroom.
Now, this is the wicker room, and this is the room that we have the lights and the very vivid dreams in.
Are the dreams similar? Are they related?
They are. When we talk about what happens in the room at the breakfast table, they're kind of consistent that there's an older woman in the room, either sitting or is somewhere in the dream, and she's explaining to the people that this is my room, you need to leave. We had 2 young women staying in this room about 5 years ago, and they didn't show up for breakfast, so we came into the room, and all the bedclothes were all over the room. They left a note. But we had to leave because we witnessed the unexplained. We did not want to leave your front door unlocked. We will return your key tomorrow before 12 noon.
Did they?
They did. They said they had been laying in the bed and they felt as though the covers were being pressed down around them and were smothering them.
That's weird.
Definitely interesting. I mean, I'd like to see what happens in this room. Can I spend the night here?
You may.
I was just going to suggest
The house is yours.
The next stage of the investigation was the historic Boot Hill Cemetery.
Boot Hill Cemetery was first called the City Cemetery. It was founded and opened for business in 1878. Now, the graves are strange looking because they all have rocks piled on them. There's a purpose for that. All of these graves are dug in a spot where about 2 feet down you run into caliche. Caliche is a hardened mud that's like concrete. You have to have a drill to get through it. So when they dug down to that, they placed the body on the caliche, covered it up, and put the rocks on the graves to keep wild animals from digging it up.
Nestled on the side of the hill overlooking Tombstone, Boot Hill Cemetery is known to hold some of the baddest gunslingers in town and was regularly visited by John Wayne himself. I went to check it out to see if any paranormal activity had been reported.
Well, the graveyards in the Old West that acquired the names Boot Hill were because predominantly, not totally, but predominantly the people buried them died with their boots on. We have people that were shot, killed, murdered, hung, suicides, and we have quite a bit of the large pioneer family called the Unknown.
The Unknown, yes, I noticed.
And their bodies were found, they were unknown. And what they would do is they would place them in a coffin and put them on display in the window at the funeral parlor.
No, to see if anyone would recognize them.
Well, every day the people would go by on the way to the post office and look in to see if they could recognize the man that was found in the streets at Tombstone the night before.
And do you have any kind of paranormal experiences here at all?
Mostly what they are is captured on camera. And it mostly happens, like if you take a picture, say, of this marker here, and the sun is not shining on it, it's wooden, and there's really nothing to flash back. But they'll take a picture, and there will be like a haze that might appear, a shine, or there will be a gray matter picture in itself here.
Paula Jean has photographic evidence which shows this mysterious light bouncing off a gravestone. Plus, she's been sent pictures from visitors which appear to show strange, ghostly figures in the background and between headstones.
Went to the graveyard, which is amazing, and John Wayne did go there.
Really?
Best of all, I've managed to arrange for us to go back tonight to do a spooky graveyard walk. Never done that before. I know, we've never done that before. I know.
The evening drew in quickly. Suddenly, Tombstone had gone from a bustling tourist attraction to a place of loneliness and isolation. We prepared to take our investigation to the place where so many souls were laid to rest. But would they be in peace?
So is there any part that you think is more active than others?
Over on the end there, and down in the bottom, and over in that back section, I think is where most of our pictures that we received, the activity has been.
So why don't we head that way? It's really dark.
Over here, I'm getting something right now. It's like I was getting like vibrations, chills that were in my arm. It was right where I took a pic, and there's an orb that was flowing right above it. Gail, come here.
No.
Put your hand right over here. Put your hand right here. Okay, isn't the temperature different? Do you feel temperature different?
Thermal.
Do you?
Oh my God, I actually do. I never feel it. Do you feel it?
It's colder, and there's vibrations, slight vibrations.
Yeah, right here.
That's very weird.
Why don't you climb up on the rock there and see if...
You want to climb up on the rock?
Well, they might like you. You might bond. Careful.
Switch your light off. It's really cold.
Oh, there's orbs all around you,
Oh
Gail.
my God,
All around
oh
you.
my God.
I'm not kidding.
Oh.
All around you. There's one there. There's one here. Look, they're all around you. Keep the night cameras focused on this area here and around Gail because they should be flying around her constantly.
Careful.
Just be careful, Gail. This is great. We are getting some orbs right away.
And every time you say to me, do you feel the temperature difference? I tend to go, no. That time, I stood there and I thought, my arms are freezing, really cold.
Good. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on my tape player because we're getting some activity over here. And what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to try to use my senses to find out where the hot spot is here. Are there any spirits here? If so, make contact with us. To prove that you're here.
Yes, tell them to show themselves.
Okay.
Just,
I don't know what to do. Chris does all this stuff.
talk to them, go.
Okay.
You know?
Hi.
I know.
If there's anyone around that wants to show themselves to us or make contact, could you do something for us? Or can we see you?
How about a nursery rhyme like Chiggers, Chiggers, all in free? Or when you're playing chase and everybody's hiding and you want them to come in, they get in free without any...
Oh, it's tingling.
Are you getting a tingle?
Yeah.
There's definitely a female spirit here. Female.
Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3.
Chiggers, Chiggers, all in free! Oh my God, I'm freezing. Have you gone cold?
Is it cold there? Yeah. I don't feel it.
Feel the hairs of my...
They like you.
Feel the hairs of my arms.
They're standing up.
You know what? My senses were telling me to go this way, so I've got to go this way. Let's just keep going. Here. Let's see what happens.
What was that?
What's what? What's what?
I'm sure. Did you see something down there?
No. I wasn't looking there. I was looking down so we wouldn't trip on the rock.
Or drown.
What? You just what?
What happened? What happened?
She thought she saw something all the way down the aisle there.
At a grave in a bush.
On analysing the footage, we noticed what appears to be a pair of eyes staring out at us from the darkness. With nobody else present except the crew, could this be an animal or an apparition?
Honestly. Fuck, no, I can't do this anymore.
Come on.
Fuck, no, I swear to God. I'm shouting.
Look at it now.
I swear to you.
And...
I'm not getting... I got honestly the worst goosebumps I've ever had, ever.
Okay.
Maybe there's someone else here, no?
Come on, spirits. I know you're here. Connect with me. Come close. All right, they're trying to slip in. I'm not channeling here. There's no way. Tree was moving. No, you're not going to channel through me now. No. Come through now, spirits. Did you hear that voice?
During our investigations, Chris always uses a tape recorder to try and pick up EVPs.
Come through now, spirits. Did you hear that voice?
Electronic voice phenomena is the appearance of intelligible voices caught on tape, which have no known physical explanation.
No. Come through now, spirits. Did you hear that voice?
Was this the voice of a ghost?
Come through now, spirits. Did you hear that voice?
All in free.
Did you hear that? What? That scream?
What
scream? That scream from over there.
Free.
Oh, something touched my back. Something touched my back. Something touched my fucking back. I swear to you, something touched my back.
Back into the tree.
No, I didn't. Back into the tree. I was standing in the middle of it. Okay.
Touched your back?
Yes. Oh, I don't like tonight. I've had enough now.
He's still over here.
They want to play a game. Chiggers, Chiggers, all in free. Chiggers, Chiggers, all in free. They want to play a game.
And I don't think he's very reserved to himself. He was the oldest of the souls here. Spirits. Gail.
Something is touching my hair. I swear to God, it's not funny.
I don't think it's funny.
Are you making contact with me? Is that you that did that? If it was, do it again. Okay.
I promise you, something, it's like a hand on my hair. It's horrible.
That's great. That's great.
No, I'm getting all the goosebumps again.
Do you want me to get you some water?
No, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm all good. It's all good. I'm fine. It's all good. Good.
Do you want to sit down?
Not in a grave.
It had been an eventful night. We'd all experienced paranormal activity. However, Chris was positive that none of these ghostly experiences had been the spirit of John Wayne.
No, this is definitely not John. These are spirits that have been here. I think most of them, they were buried here.
Would he have more luck staying the night at the Buford B&B, a place where John Wayne stayed, but also a place known to be very active?
Ready for a good night? Good night.
The following morning, I met up with Chris to see how his night had panned out.
You look tired. Is it okay?
Exhausted.
Are you? What happened?
Well, first off, when I walked around upstairs, I went in a couple of different rooms. I felt like someone was watching me. And I'm sitting here on the bed. I started feeling something right behind me. Directly behind me. It's like really cold right behind me. It like comes and goes. It's like it's coming forward to me and then it comes back. I can't believe I'm spending the night in this room. I walked around some of the rooms and I felt that, sometimes I could sense a ghost right next to me, but I felt it was behind me, it was next to me, it went through me, my hairs were standing on end, I got that on film, and I had to get out of here because I felt very irritated. So I left. Look at my hairs. Look at my hairs. Okay, I'm gonna walk right now. Oh boy. Okay, I'm going into this room. All right, this room, I'm definitely sensing something in here. All right, I don't like this room at all. There's something about this room that is unpleasant. There is definitely something about this room. I did not sense John at all.
Okay, so you didn't do it last night, and we didn't do it at the cemetery. We didn't sense John.
No.
So our investigation had to continue. We'd established the fact that Tombstone was haunted and we'd already encountered unexplained activity. But apparently there was one place in Tombstone that we had to visit, the most haunted location of them all, the Birdcage Theatre.
Now, this place used to be the brothel and a speakeasy, but when John Wayne would have visited it, it would have turned into a museum by then. But it's very, very active, apparently.
All the locals have been telling me since we've been here that this is the most haunted place in Tombstone. Now, we're hoping to find John Wayne's spirit here, but if we don't, there's a lot of bad spirits here.
No.
So maybe we'll get something.
We don't do bad spirits.
I know, but hey, we gotta check it out.
The Birdcage Theatre has allegedly had so much activity that it seems something happens every day. Apparently, there are cold spots when walking through the theatre. Music will occasionally play for no reason. Chairs will move across the floor, lights will flicker on and off, and people have complained of being pushed, poked, or having their hair pulled. To give us a tour was owner Bill Hunley.
And this was the gambling casino, where years ago the high rollers gambled from the dice, the blackjack, the faro, and the roulette tables.
What, these bits here?
These were the bird cages. These were the little loaches where the ladies of the night plied their trade. They would pull the drapes. One of the paranormal things that happened upstairs was when we first put the mannequins in, they kept moving around, or we'd find them off on the floor, a couple of them. This dice table has a slate top. It weighs about 800 pounds.
It's heavy.
And one morning it was found, when they opened the building, they couldn't get this door open. And this dice table was wedged against that door. Now, it will not fit. It will not fit through that aisle, so it had to levitate over the billiard table here and was wedged against the door. We've since moved the glass case in there. It took 6 men to put this table back where it is.
Is there much activity in this room?
There's been quite a bit of activity over in this corner.
Here?
Yes. The story goes that there was a girl murdered backstage here, and there's been several visual sightings of a face. Many photographs have been shot by different people visiting the building.
Whilst we were setting up for the investigation, Chris took some photos. This one reveals what appears to be the image of a girl's face. Had we caught on camera a picture of a ghost? Chris was starting to sense the activity in this place.
There's so much going on. Ever since we walked in here, there was someone coming from behind us. There's someone going this way. I'm feeling someone stand behind me. I see someone in the corner of my eye go over there, like shadows, figures. And then I feel drops of pressure, which means that they're moving right up to me. So if you see me just kind of freaking out and being distracted, it's because something's going on.
I understand.
All right. Okay, just want to get that out.
To help us investigate, Chris had invited local psychic Stephanie St. Clair.
I'm a psychic medium and an astrologer, and I've had this gift most of my life. I'm naturally clairvoyant, so I just know things, and I'm a medium because I can communicate with the spirit realm very easily.
Would Stephanie help us communicate with the spirits here and find out if John Wayne was present? While we were interviewing her, Chris already started to sense some spirits toying with him.
Is anybody smoking in here? A big pillow of smoke just went into my eyes. My eyes were just watering.
Somebody just did that to you. I mean, they stood in front of your face and did it. That's what I'm being told.
I mean, that's something I've never felt before.
I just felt somebody standing right over you, right by you, and just smoked, just like that, right at you. I feel like it's a male. It's not a female, and they intentionally did it. I mean, it was an intentional thing.
Hang on. There's something back there right now that I'm picking up on. Can you just wait, because we're filming here? Just wait. All right, we're trying to do a piece here right now, and we keep getting interrupted because there's a lot of activity. I felt something over here, and Stephanie just felt something on her head.
There's a whole bunch up here. I just feel them all around me. They're in my head and tickling my hair and doing stuff.
We split up so we could explore every room in the building, hoping to find the ghost of John Wayne.
I know there's a lot of ghosts here. There's over 20 of you. It's time to make yourself known. We're here just for you. The show must go on.
Is that figure?
Yeah. Those coins are not on the floor.
No, they don't. Fuck. I feel that a lot of them are like hiding in the corners or up in the birdcage, just kind of looking down, and then occasionally they'll like just step to the side and kind of just be covered up, you know, whether it's part of the wall, whatever. They'll step into the wall, and for a brief moment, they'll only appear. All right, I'm feeling something right now. All right. All right, my hairs are standing on end.
Even though Chris was sensing something, I wasn't too convinced. However, things were about to change.
Flashlight's just died. Do you think it's the batteries? I just went, this is shit. And the batteries died. Okay.
Are there any female spirits here that want to make contact with us? Please make contact with me. Oh. Something just touched my lips. Something just touched my lips. It was like a peck.
Holy fuck, did you hear that? That's a flashlight!
What happened?
Nothing, it's fine.
What happened?
Nothing, we got a fright, that was all. I don't know, there was noises came from, did you hear that noise? Holy fuck, did you hear that? We went up here, and because it's really dark, so we might have just got frightened ourselves, but then a big noise, and then we didn't know to go.
Oh my God, we got orbs over here, major. Get that light out of here, get this out of here. Follow me, infrared, only. Turn off that light. Stand. Okay, they're all around here right now. They were laughing at you guys. Because I just got a bunch of orbs.
What I'm sensing is they were playing games with you.
Flashlight
yes,
went.
that's why the flashlight went out.
And then the noise.
Yes, and then the noise.
So, you know, I did say at one
sign.
point though, when I was down there, I was going, oh, for goodness sake, nothing's here.
You know, that's the sign that you were looking for, and that's what they gave you.
Chris was sensing strong paranormal activity. He wanted to set up an experiment to try and get some visual evidence.
I've got 2 shot glasses here filled with whiskey. Okay?
Okay.
Obviously, the Cowboys used to love to drink whiskey in this place.
Yes, they did.
Stand right next to her. And I want you to film that with that in there. She's going to put that one there on the cup also. I want you to stand there because I don't want that light being on there, because that light can interfere with us seeing orbs and it might be flares. Okay, focus on offering up to that spirit the energy that we all combine may bring them forward to do something with that glass. We're ready. Okay, what I'm doing right now is I'm just trying to adjust my energy and my vibrations to the same as theirs. Is there any cowboys here that want a shot of whiskey? I'm serving up a shot of whiskey for those who wants one. Who's up for the challenge of a shot? Here's to you. Now it's your turn.
Would the spirit of John Wayne accept Chris's challenge?
I'm being told telepathically that there are 3 men here. One's behind Chris, one's behind me, and one's down there. They're trying to decide if they're going to drink the whiskey or not.
If you don't want the shot, then just knock it off the table.
I don't think they're going to do it. I don't know what the problem is.
We left the camera running with only an hour left on tape. However, on the 24th minute, this happened. The doors had all been locked, so nobody could have come into the room. Was the cowboy Chris was trying to communicate with at last giving us a sign? Was it John Wayne? Morning came, and it was time for us to leave Tombstone and to decide where our investigation went from here.
I've been reading up on John Wayne, finding out more about him, and I know that he's got a boat in Los Angeles that was practically his second home. So I'm thinking the next best thing for us to do is get on a plane, go to Los Angeles, and check out the boat.
So we boarded the plane and headed towards the blue coast of California. A short road trip later, and we were on our way to John Wayne's luxury 140-foot converted minesweeper, the Wild Goose.
We know there's a lot of ghost-like activity occurring on the Wild Goose. We've seen and observed it and felt it many times. In particular, the outside deck, there's numerous reports of footsteps late at night, big boots, as John Wayne wore.
I felt this was our last chance of finding John Wayne's spirit. I hoped that a place he loved in life would be where he chose to haunt in death.
I think John Wayne's happy to have people on his boat. He just misses the contact with others and likes to play little pranks and socialize and so on.
What do you think is going to be different about this one from all the other haunted ships that we've been on?
Well, this was John's baby, basically. It was his second home. It was a way he can get away from everything else. So I'm thinking that this would be the one place he would want to come back to.
What kind of activity do you think we're going to get?
Well, I heard that his ghost actually appeared on this boat.
No.
Yes.
A month before John's death in 1979, he personally supervised the boat's sail to make sure it went to a good home. Just after his death, the Wild Goose's new owner reported seeing a tall, smiling apparition on random occasions, both day and night. To show us where paranormal activity had occurred was Alison Lausch, who works for the Wild Goose. Immediately, Chris sensed something.
Hey, Gail. I was picking up something coming down here. I'm trying to determine whether it's someone that's sad about something that occurred or whether it's a spirit that has died. So is it a ghost that's here or is it place memory? So I'm trying to figure out what that is right now. But I'm definitely... See, I don't even know if it's something that's in this room.
What was this room?
This was his library room, and this is where he would conduct all of his card games.
Okay, that thing's moving a little bit. I don't know if that has to do with because I stepped in here or not. But I'm feeling different energy, and I'm feeling a lot lighter, as if my body has now changed chemistry, and I'm like feeling lighter, as if something's passing through me. But while I was here, I really sensed like dread, like sorrow, depression, and two different things than from what I was getting.
Okay, here's the engine room. Kind of hot in here. Yeah. These engines are actually the engines that were with the yacht when it was a minesweeper in World War II.
Okay.
So everything's the same down here. This is where our first officer also claims that his hair stands up in here.
Just in the whole room?
For some reason. Yeah, he's actually experienced stuff down here when it's dark. His hair stands up. He feels something.
We decided to wait until it got dark to do an investigation.
Okay, we're on the Wild Goose. Man, I'm like feeling something right over here.
You are?
Yeah. As if someone was standing there. Damn, this camera doesn't move fast enough.
What is it?
Well, I felt as if someone was standing behind me for a second.
Alison and I decided to make our way back to the engine room, as this was the place we both felt most activity.
Frustrating.
Chris went to investigate the crew quarters at the bottom of the boat.
So of all the places on the boat, would you say that the engine room is the most that people have experiences in?
I mean, all of our crew, by far. Also the decks, too.
Where's the deck? Here?
Well, just, footsteps.
This is where they hear all the footsteps.
Yeah, I mean, this is where he'd walk around 20 times.
And he'd walk around this bit 20 times every night.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
It's a strange thing to do.
I know.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
That was a big creak from that door, wasn't it?
Yeah. It sounded like more like somebody was walking to me.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought I heard something, but that was Gail talking in the background. All right, let's go down here, see if we get anything. Okay, it's a little spooky down here. Anybody here? Okay, it looks like a lot of this is storage over here. Let's go into the bedrooms. There's something in here. Right now I'm in one of the bedrooms, bottom of the boat, where the crew used to stay. The reason why I'm coming down here is because spirits tend to find dark places away from where people are to hide, have some peace. We're going to see if there's anything here, so I'm going to be very quiet. I ask you to be quiet, and I'm going to call out and see if anything comes forward. Now, there's some noise upstairs, which is Gail walking around, because most of this boat is made of wood, hard wood. Is there any spirit down here that wants to communicate with us? If there is, give us a sign.
This is uncomfortable down here.
Yeah.
Not good.
Is this John Wayne? Is this John Wayne that is on this boat? All right, I'm getting a smile and an expression like yes, yes, but I need to make sure that this is him and it's not a low-level spirit pretending to be him. Because if this is him, this is key. I mean, this is what we're trying to get. All right, I got to clear my mind and my emotions. I got to ask this question again. John Wayne, are you on this boat? Is your spirit here? Is your ghost here? All right, my face is changing to an expression of a big smile, which means yes. When I smile, it means yes. When I frown, it means no when I ask a specific question.
What's that?
We did not notice until watching back through the footage that a strange light flickers on and off behind me. This could not have been the torch because the light source is too strong and direct. Also, what is strange is that all the lights in this room are controlled by one master switch. Was this random light flash a sign from a ghost making its presence felt?
All right, John Wayne, if this is really you and you want to communicate with us, please come forward and communicate with us. Okay. I'm wondering if this wants to channel, because right now my back is starting to contort, which means it's trying to slip in through my back. It's kind of like when you put a coat or a suit on, is it tries to go through the back. Now, I'm not going to let it in yet because I need to make sure that this is John Wayne. But this is brilliant because there is a connection with the spirit here trying to get through. I have to make sure. If you are John Wayne, we need a sign. We need a direct sign that this is really you. We're just going to share my body at the same time. It's okay.
It'll be right. Chris. Chris.
Why do they always pick the back? All right, I'm okay. Okay, let's go. What the heck does hurt the world mean? Or hurt? What was it? What was I saying?
What was he saying? James?
What was I saying?
After Chris had come out of allegedly channeling John Wayne and was discussing his message with the crew, we noticed this peculiar image in the mirror.
What was he saying?
There were no windows or lights in this room. We're not completely sure what it is. Could this be a final sign from John Wayne that he truly was with us that night? Chris was convinced. Our investigation was over. Chris was positive we'd find John Wayne. And not only had he given him a sign, but he communicated a message. Our job here was done. The following morning, we met poolside to discuss the investigation.
I don't think we've come across John Wayne's spirit. You don't? No. Do you differ with me?
Yeah, well, you weren't there though. Sitting on that boat, I questioned him and I felt this presence coming in and I could almost see him. So I let him in and I said, give us a message. He said, hurt in this world. Hurt in this world. I mean, it sounds so cliche, but the fact was he had cancer. The last few moments of his life, he was in pain. Hurt was the last thing remembered in the physical body.
But I want to see something.
So bam, you want some type of manifestation.
Bam, yes I do.
All right.
Make it happen.
I'll try.